Welcome to Exam Help and Care Academy. Today we'll be taking you on general mathematics, and the topic today will be on simultaneous equations. We want to be starting with a very simple basic topic in mathematics so that everyone will be able to understand. We don't want to take you to tough topics like quadratic equations, determinants of a matrix, and the rest of probabilities and that. But we'll be treating each topic as time comes up. So we endeavor you to always look at our channels for important updates on each topic. So today, like I said, we'll be looking at simultaneous equation. So what is a simultaneous equation? First of all, a simultaneous equation is an equation that has a pair of linear equations. A pair of what? Linear equations. So what is a linear equation? A linear equation is that which does not have the power of what? Is not greater than the power of what? 1. The unknown is not greater than the power of what? 1. So we'll be looking at some past questions on WAEC, and we want to solve on simultaneous equations. So there are two methods of solving a simultaneous equation. The first method is called, one is by substitution method. Why number 2 is by what? Elimination what? Method. So these two methods are applied in solving simultaneous equations in a way that you solve them very fast and easy for you, depending on the time in your examination hall. So I'll be using both substitution method and both what? Elimination method for today's class. So first of all, let's take a question, example 1. Alright, like I said, that we are starting from the basic. So example 1's question says, solve the equations x plus 2y is equals to 5 and x plus 3y is equals to what? 8. So we'll start. Solution. First thing is we'll identify our equations, giving them equation 1 and equation 2. So this is x plus 2y is equals to 5. We'll identify this as equation 1. Then the next is x plus 3y is equals to 8.
Equation 2.
We identify this as equation what? 2. Now, you can see the unknowns are not having anything like raised to power 2 or raised to power 3 or raised to power 4. They are just raised to power invisible what? 1. So now, using substitution method, we can say that for us to substitute easily, we make use of the one that is not having a coefficient, and that one which is not having a coefficient is x. Here, the unknown that is having a coefficient here in the first equation, equation 1 is 2y, while that of equation 2 is 3y. So the coefficient of y here is 3, while the coefficient of y here is what? 2. So using substitution method, we are going to make x the subject of the formula from what? Equation 1. So make x the subject of the formula from equation 1. So to make x the subject of the formula, we take that plus 2y, it crosses the sign of equals to, it becomes minus 2 what? Y. So it becomes x equal to 5 minus 2y. So we identify that as equation what? 3. So now this is equation 3. Then the next thing to do is you substitute equation 3 into equation what? 2. So you say substitute equation 3 into equation 2. Now, what do we mean by substitution? Substitution means replacement. So we are going to substitute this into equation 2. So this is what we're going to do. In equation 2 we have x plus 3y equal to what? 8. So wherever we see x, we'll put is equal to 5 minus 2y. So you can put that in a bracket if you like. 5 minus 2y, that's here, and plus 3y is equals to what? 8. You can open the bracket now. It becomes 5 minus 2y plus what? 3y equals to what? 8. Now, if you look at this, this is y and y. This is a very simple thing to do, an addition. It's just like you're saying 2 plus 3 minus 2 plus 3. So this is minus 2y plus 3y. You are owing somebody 2 naira. Pay with 3 naira. Your balance should be what? 1 naira. So it is, I repeat again, you are owing somebody 2 naira. Pay with 3 naira. Your balance should be what? 1 naira. So this is 5 plus y, which is same thing as 1y. Equals to what? 8. Now, you are going to equate, make y the subject of the formula. You say y is equals to 8. Take this one to the other side, it becomes what? 8 minus 5. So y is equals to what? 3. Right? Yeah. So we have gotten our first what? Answer, which is y is equals to what? 3. So the next thing we are going to do now is we are going to substitute y equals to 3 into equation 1 or what? Equation 2. So please take note of this. We are going to substitute y equals to 3 into equation 1, equation 1, 2, or even equation what? 3. You get same answers, right? Yeah. So let's make use of equation 1. We're making use of equation 1 now first. So it is x plus 2y equals to what? 5. Right? Yeah. So wherever you see y, you replace it with what? 3. So it becomes x plus 2 open bracket what? 3 equals to what? 5. So x plus 2 times 3 gives us what? 6 is equals to what? 5. So x, you collect like terms, CLT means collect like terms, becomes x is equals to 5 minus what? 6. So x is equals to what? Minus 1. Right? Yeah. So now we have gotten x is equal to minus 1, while y is equals to what? Minus 3. So we can say therefore, we can say that x equals to minus 1 and y equals to what? 3. Equals to 3. Now, if you want to check Because I said the first one you can check in equation 1, equation 2, and equation what? 3. You can see that equation 3 is directly x. You are looking for x. So let's try equation 3 and see if we are going to get the same answer. So substitute y equals to 3 into equation what? 3. So equation 3 is x equals to 5 minus 2y.
Yeah.
So x equals to 5 minus 2y. So the next thing is I replace it with what? 3. So x equals to 5 minus 2 open bracket what? 3. So x is equals to 5 minus 2 times 3 gives us what? 6. So x is equals to what? Minus 1. So you can see that definitely both the y and x are what? Correct. They are absolutely correct. So you can check if your answer is correct. Substitute both x and y into equation 1 or equation 2 to prove. We call this to prove if our answer is what?
Correct.
Is correct. So we say x plus 2y is equals to what? 5 as equation 1. So what was our initial x? X is minus 1. So wherever we see x, we put minus 1 plus what is our y? Our y is 3. So we say 2 open bracket what? 3 is equals to what? 5. I remember that this is equation 1. So we say minus 1 plus 2 times 3 is what? 6 equals to what? 5. So you are owing somebody 1 naira, use 6 to pay, it becomes 5. Positive 5 is equals to 5. So both sides are now what? Equal. And that defines the word equation. What is an equation? An equation means that two things are equal. Two things are what? Equal. You can also try that for x plus 3y is equals to 8. X plus 3y equals to 8. We know that our x definitely, let's demarcate this. So x is minus 1 plus 3, y is what? Y is 3, right?
Yeah.
Equals to what? 8. So therefore minus 1 plus 3 times 3 gives us what? 9 equals to what? 8. You are owing somebody 1, use 9 to pay. You are getting what? 8 is equals to 8. And definitely both sides are what? Correct.
Okay.
Okay, back to the simultaneous equations. Now we are making use of elimination method. Alright. Using, okay, let's say solution, because we have used the first one, and we'll say solution again using elimination method. Now when you're making use of elimination method, just identify your equations. Usually x plus 2y is equals to what? 5. Equation 1. You can write equation 1, or you just write it dash 1, then 3x plus y is equals to what? 8. And this one is equation what? 2. Now, what is elimination all about? You see, the elimination is all about cancelling out, terminating one of the values of x or one of the values of what? Y. That's what the elimination is. Cancelling out one of the values of x or one of the values of what? Y. So now, if we look at these values, I won't call them variables, but values, that's the x and y. then you notice that the coefficient of x in equation 2 is 3, while the coefficient of x here is 1, and the coefficient of y here is 2, and the coefficient of y here is what? Invisible 1. What is coefficient? Coefficient is a number attached to a what? A letter. So now, we cannot eliminate any of these because they don't have the same values or the same variables if you want to use the terms like that. So what do I have to do? The first thing is make both equation 1 and 2, any of the values of the variables, that's x and y, to be at the same what? Number. To be at the same what? Number. So what I'll do is I'll multiply either equation 1 all through by 3 so that I can eliminate x, then multiply all of equation 2 by 1. I repeat, multiplying equation 1 all through by what?
3.
By 3. By equation what?
2.
Equation 2 all through by what? 1. I'll give you the reason why I'm multiplying this by 3. So just watch. So 3 open bracket x plus 2y equal to 5 close bracket. Then remember I said the equation 2 all through by 1. 3x plus y is equal to what? 8. And this for equation 2. Now what are we going to do now? What we're going to do is we say 3 times x becomes what? 3x. 3 times 2y is going to be what? 6y. And 3 times 5 will give us what? 15. Then 1 times 3x will give us what? 3x. Plus 1 times y will give us what?
1y or y.
1y or y. And then y 1 times 8 will give us what? 8. You can still identify them as equation 1 or equation 2, but I can prefer any equations. I can say equation 3, equation 4. Because the original equations were this and this. So let's prefer that like that. So now, what is the reason why we multiply this by 3 and this by 1? The reason is to make both of them uniform, to look like that. This is 3x, this is 3x. So we'll now be able to cancel out to terminate both of them. Do you get that now?
Yeah.
So now what we'll do is, to cancel out, it is either you add or you would subtract. You add or subtract. So for us to terminate this 3x, 3x, we'll have to what? Subtract. And for subtracting now, this is what we'll do. We'll say 3x minus 3x. So 3x minus 3x. As we'll subtract equation 4 from equation what? 3. Subtract equation 4 from equation 3. So 3x minus 3x, both of them are gone. Then this is plus 6y. Take note, not minus 6y. So you say 6y minus what? Minus y. There's plus here. So you say minus times plus. Minus. So 6y minus y will give us what? 5y. Good. Now, outside the equality sign, you say 15 minus what? 8. And when you say 15 minus 8, 15 minus 8 will give us what?
15 minus 8, that should give us 5.
That should give us what?
5.
5. 8 plus 5 should give us what?
15.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
No. 8 plus 5 is 13.
Okay, yeah. It's 7.
Yeah, good. So 15 minus 8 will give us what? 7. Because 7 plus 7 gives us what? 14. Then 15 minus 8 will give us what? 7. Good. Alright. So now we have that. 15 minus 8 gives us 7. Definitely. So what we'll do now is we say y is equals to 5y is equals to 7. Yeah. Take note of that. So we'll say y is equal to
7.
We'll divide both sides by what?
5.
By 5. 5. But before you divide both sides, remember what you got as y at the initial. We said that y is equals to what? 3 and x is equals to what? minus
-1.
1. So now we'll look at this first of all. The question: x plus 2y is equals to 5 and x plus 3y is equals to 8, to see if there's any mistake. Before augmenting.
This one is different. So
Okay, question.
Yes, the question is different.
Alright. So we can see that the question entirely is what? Different from the first question. Which means we would have used the initial question while solving. Okay, nevertheless, we'll still have to prove the answer is what? Correct or wrong, which is very important. Because if you look at this, we have x plus 2y is equals to 5. Then
the second was s plus 3y equals to 8.
Yes, x plus 3y
Is
is equals to what?
8.
Is equal to 8. So we added the 3
Yeah.
instead of that. So let's continue. We have that y, divide both sides by a coefficient of y. So the coefficient of y is 5, so we say definitely 5y over 5 is equals to 7 over what? 5. 5 cancel 5,
Yeah,
so 5 cancel 7 will give us 1 whole number 2 over what? 5, right?
Yeah.
Y, what? 5 times 1,
5.
5 plus 2, 7 over 5. So y is equals to 7 over 5 or 1 over 2 over what?
5.
5. Pause. So definitely we have gotten our y. So we want to check for our answer for what?
X.
X. So when you're checking for your answer of x, you have to be careful so that we don't confuse everyone. Are you getting that?
Yeah.
So you can use substitution to get your answer for what? X. That's the x values. So what do? We can say substitute y equals to 7 over 5 into equation 1 or equation what? 2. So what do we do now? It becomes x plus 2y is equals to what? 5. So I'm going to substitute y equals to what? 7 over 5 into equation what? 2. So now, remember substitution means replacement. So it will be x plus 2 open bracket 7 over what? 5 equal to what? 5. You get that now?
Yeah.
So now, this is going to be x plus 2 times 7 over 5. Make this 1 over 1 equals to what? 5. X plus 2 times 7 will give us what? 14. 1 times 5 gives us what? 5 equal to what? 5. And we say this one is over 1. Good. Alright. Pause. So x plus 14 over 5 is equal to 5 over 1. So this one we do, we cross multiply. Get that?
Yeah.
We can cross multiply, or if you are scared of cross multiplying, the best thing I would say is just take this, collect like terms, collect what? Like terms. So some people might be scared of doing cross multiply, so let's just say collect what? Like terms. CLT means collect like terms. So we're gonna say x is equal to 5 over 1. So this is plus 14 over 5. It becomes what? Minus 14 over 5. I think it's well understood. So it becomes x is equals to LCM of 1 and 5 is what?
1 and 5. 5.
So 1 divided 5. 5. Yeah. 5 times 5.
25.
25. minus 5 divide itself 1 times 14. And we say 25 minus 14 should give us what? That should give us around that should be around 11.
Yeah.
Because 11 plus 14 gives you what?
25.
Good. So 11 over 5. You get that?
Yeah.
So 11 over 5 is our x. Value of x is 11 over 5. In mixed fraction, this will be 5 divided 11. It will be 2 times. That's 2 whole number. 1 over 5. That is 2 times 5, 10. 10 plus 1, 11 over 5. So therefore, x is equals to 11 over 5 and y is equals to what? 7 over 5. Now, take a look at this. X is equals to 11 over 5 and y is equals to 7 over 5. Now, we are going to do something to show that exactly that both x plus 2y is equals to 5 and 3x plus y is equals to what? 8.
Yes.
And please take note that the first question we solved, there was a little change we did in this other example. So we'll say, let's say this one is no longer example 1, we can call it example what? 2. So in this example 2, this one is having 3, but our example 1 was not having what? 3.
Just
as the question. So take note of this, please. So now what we'll do is we want to prove that x plus 2y is equals to 5 and 3x plus y is equals to what? 8. So I'm going to clean this part and why we prove. About proving that x plus 2y is equals to 5 and 3x
plus y equals to 8.
Y is equals to 8. When
S
y, okay, when x is equals to 11 over 5 and y is equals to 7 over 5. You don't have to be scared of this, just follow. Identify it, equation 1, equation 2, as usual. So what do we do now? Wherever you see x, you substitute it for what? For
11
over 5. And wherever you see y, you substitute it for what? 7 over 5. So I will start with equation 1 to prove if it's equals to 5. Then we'll also do equation 2 to know if it is definitely equal to what? 8. So this is what I will do. I will say equation 1, which is x plus 2y is equals to 5. So wherever I see x, 11 over 5 plus 2 open bracket
7 over 5.
7 over 5 is equal to what? 5. Alright, let's try this now. This is what we're going to do. We are going to solve as basic operations. So we'll say 11 over 5 plus 2 times 7 is what? 14 over what? 5 is equal to what? 5. Now, when you have the same denominators, just take 1, which is what?
5.
And 11 plus 14 will give us what? 25 is equal to what? 5. And if you remember something, we said that an equation means two sides are what? Equal. So we'll say 5 here, 1. 5 in 25 is what? 5. So therefore, 5 is equal to what? 5. So we have proved to you that definitely x is equals to 11 over 5 and y is equals to what? 7 over 5. So the next thing you should be watching now is we're going to prove also in equation 2 if definitely x equals to 11 over 5 and y equals to 7 over 5 is going to be what? it's going to be 8. So let's try. 3x plus y is equal to what? 8. So when you say 3x plus y is equal to 8, then value of x is 11 over what? 5. Then plus our y is 7 over what? 5, which is equal to what? 8. So this is what I'm going to do. I'll open this bracket. I'll say 3 times 11. That's 3 times 11, which will give me 33 over what? 5 plus 7 over what? 5 is equal to what? 8. Now, I remember I told you when you have the same denominators, take what? 5. 33 plus 7, we know that is going to be what? 40. 33 plus 7 is 40. 40 is equals to what? 8. So, we're going to divide this. 5 here, 1. 5 in 40 is what?
8.
Definitely 8. So, 8 is equal to what? 8. So, definitely our answers are correct. So therefore, don't forget that x is equal to 11 over 5 and y is equal to what? 7 over 5. So thank you.